Oh my goodness, it has been forever, and I know it's been forever. Um, a lot's been happening, and time just kind of got away from me, but then didn't. But I'll explain everything in a minute. And I will explain this situation in a little bit too. Uh, I do have a couple trigger warnings that I want to mention because this video does talk about self harm and death. So if you're not in the mind space to watch the video, totally understandable. Don't blame you. Uh, if you're unable to watch past this point, just know that I'm doing good. But uh, yeah, so my last update was DC, and genuinely that feels like it was like 2 years ago that I went out to DC with how much life has changed, and it's been insane. Uh, but the good news, the first good thing I'm going to talk about, because there's been a mix of good and bad. But the first good thing, and this is the self harm part, I've officially made it over 10 years clean from self harming. So that is exciting. I am very proud to be able to say that I have made it over 10 years. Uh, it's still a struggle. I've started to see studies where people are actually, where scientists are doing research and it's showing that self harm is an addiction. And it kind of, I hate the, I don't know, I hate that it's taken so long for them to realize that it is an addiction, but I'm glad that it's starting to fully get recognized. Yeah, so I have made it to 10 years clean, to over 10 years now, because that was in September that I made it to 10 years clean. Uh, and then September was really a hellish month. Um, I also had my birthday, which was very exciting. But 5 days before my birthday, you might be going, well, Addie, you look like you're inside, and I'm not hearing anything about Tilly. Here's Tilly. She passed away on September 8th, same day as Queen. And my mom, I told both my parents what was going on, and my mom said that for the 10 days that the world uh, mourned the Queen, that the world was actually mourning Tilly. So it's like that helped, but I'd rather have my dog here. Um, yeah, I miss her. I was with her when she passed, and she still had a smile. um, so yeah, September kind of sucked. Because obviously, you losing your dog, it it's hell. And here we are 3 months later, a little over 3 months, and I still cry about her. She was the best dog in the history of ever. Uh, yeah. So, but I got her with me. She's my little angel. Um, yeah. So that has been, so that happened. And then, yeah, I turned 32. I'm 32 years old now. Jesus Christ. So weird. Um, but, you can see I've got a guest behind me. What are you doing? What are you doing, sir? Come here. Come here. That is not my dog. uh, he is a wonderful dog, but he is not mine. Uh, because as you can see, I'm in a bedroom. I'm in housing. I am in housing. I am in housing. I am staying with a couple friends of mine, and they're actually out of town right now. And so I have been asked to dog sit, and that is actually a dog. It's not a horse. I mean, he's huge. Like he can knock me down, and I ain't tiny, and he can knock me down. Come here, come here. Like I got a big head. What? Oh, gee, are you gonna try to knock me down? Die, you. He's an English Mastiff. Hi. Hey. Oh. Hi. As you can see, rather large dog. Rather not kind dog, though. Are you gonna lay down? Thank you. uh, yeah. He is a very good boy, but Tilly will always be the goodest of good dogs. Um, yeah, but I am in housing. This is my room. Uh, that's not my dog, but a dog that is at the house. And I will be staying here until I get into my own place, which is very exciting. Um, and I've been here for a little over a month. Are you okay, sir? Are you okay? You turned your back on me. You're mad at me. Well, I'm mad at you too. I'm kidding. I've been here for a little over a month, and it's just been trying to get used to so many different changes about how, like, going from even from being in housing before to being housed here is different, but in a good way. Um, but then being in my car for so long was obviously hell. So it's like going from being in my car to being in housing and being welcomed like so excitedly uh, by the people I'm staying with. They're friends of mine. One of them I've known for well over a decade. The other one I've just recently gotten to know rather well. Like before, it was kind of like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" But now we're very very close. And it is amazing. It was so nice when I pulled up here. Uh, they were both waiting outside for me, and I got hugs right away from both of them. It was so nice. And then they had to go out of town, so they asked, are you okay staying at the house by yourself? Like, I'm comfortable if you're comfortable with it. They went, yeah, okay. If you're comfortable, we're comfortable. So yeah, house to myself for a couple days. Woo! I still feel like I'm like 13 and home alone, and one of my parents is gonna walk in. I don't think the feeling ever goes away, even as an adult. Like, even when I was in my own housing before, it would still feel like, okay, when are mom and dad gonna get home? um, but yeah, housing, incredible. And then one last bad thing, and then I have a bunch of thank yous. The last bad thing, I finally frickin' got COVID. Sir, where are you going? Okay. Yeah, COVID got me. Now, the good things about it was one, I was in housing when I got it. So I didn't have to worry as much. I isolated myself. If I needed something, I would just text the people I'm staying with, like, hey, can you pick me up this? And they would. Um, but yeah, caught COVID. And I am fully vaxxed and double boosted. I actually need to get my third booster. And I still caught it. I had a chest cold and sinus infection all at once. That was fun. And then had a day where I was feeling a little bit better, but because I'm an idiot and did not wear a mask when I went outside or when I went to the store. I'm about 99%, oh no, I'm 100% certain that's when I caught COVID because my immune system was down and somebody in the store had to have had COVID. And I fully admit I was an idiot for not wearing a mask. And we are not going to get into a debate over whether or not masks work in my comments because no. I do not have the emotional or any amount of energy to deal with that nonsense. But yeah, caught COVID. This was about 3 weeks ago. Thankfully, I did have like 3 days. I had one day before I knew I had COVID. I had gone to urgent care to figure out what was wrong with me, and that's when I got diagnosed with a chest cold and the sinus infection. And then I had one day before I officially got diagnosed, and at that first urgent care visit, they did test me for COVID, and they tested me for the flu, and those came back negative. Now, the day before I went back to urgent care, I started feeling like crap. I was like super congested, just not feeling good, and I slept a lot. And then the day I went to urgent care, I was getting worse. I was starting to run fevers. I was coughing just all hours of day and night. And my one of the people I was staying with was like, "Honey, you need to go to the doctor." And I went, "Yeah." So I went to urgent care and they did another COVID test, and then they came in and went, "Yeah, you got COVID." I went, "Damn it." And I started crying. Not because I was like, "Oh my God, I can't, I don't." No, I was mad because the one time that I did not wear a mask out in public when I was not feeling the greatest, because again, I was an idiot and I caught COVID. Like, ah. uh, so then there was that second day when I actually found out that I have COVID or had COVID that I felt like shit. And then I had a third day where I was just like, I am dying. But then started feeling better. So I had, comparatively to a lot of people, I had a pretty mild case because it was really about 3 days where it was like, nope, I am sick as hell. And then it ended up being okay. Um, but it fucking sucked. So yeah. Uh, y'all might notice there's a little less hair on this side. I have not fully shaved my head because I can't quite yet. I'm looking for normal type work, which I don't want to do, but I gotta pay the bills. I gotta, like, there's not like a time limit on me being like, oh, you have to be out of here in exactly this many days. No. But I want to get out on my own is how I should say that. I want to be able to get out on my own. Um, so gotta find a normal type job. Been looking, and hopefully we'll get one soon. Fingers crossed. But now I want to say thank you guys. Uh, 2022 has been very much of a clusterfuck year, and I think we can all agree on that. Um, and I have been incredibly blessed that so many people helped out, whether it was lending an ear if I was having a bad day or financially. A lot of people did help out financially. And I just want to say thank you guys. Like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am. And I am very, very grateful that I am here, that I am in housing. And I don't know if anybody who has helped me wants to be named. So I will say that if you want to say who you are, comment it, and I will 100% thank you as well. But yes, a big general thank you to the public who have helped me out. Uh, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what would happen if it wasn't for you guys. Um, and the people that I'm staying with have gotten a bazillion thank yous, and they let me cook, which is nice because one thing, well, for it's nice for two reasons. One thing, when you go from being homeless to being in housing, it is so nice to cook your own meal. It is amazing. And two, cooking is my love language. Like food is my love language. Obviously, I love me some food. um, but also cooking for others is it makes me genuinely happy. So I'm able to cook for the people that I stay with, and they're never like, Addie, can you cook us dinner? It's always, hey guys, can I cook you dinner tonight? They're like, oh yeah, if you want to. I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. So yeah, they're very kind and they let me do my thing. And so far I've had no complaints about if it's good or not or if it's bad. They're very much like, oh, this is so good. Um, but yeah, just a huge thank you to everybody. Uh, let's see, 2023. Don't fuck with us. That's all I have to ask. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Stay warm and stay safe and don't make the news for the first couple days of 2023 for bad reasons, I should say.